You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Okay, B&B fans. So Finn found out on a recent episode that his wife killed his mother, and he is reeling. Finn did not take it well when Steffy Forrester said she wanted Sheila Carter dead, and now it has actually happened. Hey guys, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about what's next for Sheila's son and whether Finn will go dark after his bio mom's death on the CBS soap. Before we dive in though, please click subscribe if you haven't. All right, let's look at this. So of course, Sheila was in Steffy Forrester's house, but it almost looked to me like the police weren't finding any signs of a break-in. Maybe we'll find out more later this week, but if they don't find a weapon on Sheila, that's even more problematic on top of no signs of a break-in. Sheila, of course, is kind of a criminal mastermind. Surely she could pick a lock and get inside. And despite their history of contention and violence, a DA who's looking to make a name by prosecuting a Forrester could certainly twist this whole thing around and make Steffy seem unhinged. We do know the police are involved this week because spoilers mention Deputy Chief Baker, and they also say that Finn sides with Sheila. Of course, she's dead, but still on her side. That sounds to me like Finn might actually tell the police about his wife wanting his mother dead. As of the time we're recording this, he hasn't done that yet, but he did tell Hope, and of course Deacon knows, and Finn was saying the right things to Hope about knowing his mom is dangerous and that he totally supports Steffy and he understands all that. But it sounds like something may snap in him this week once he knows that big puddle of blood in the floor is his mom's. Because on the Wednesday episode, Finn was just stunned, big pool of blood, and he's even more shocked to hear that Steffy stabbed his mother and that she is dead. I just wonder if he begins to question whether or not his mom really broke in or if Steffy let her in, you know? The problem is one person's dead and the one who's alive is claiming it's self-defense. And of course, you viewers know exactly the case. That's what it was. Steffy acted appropriately in defense of herself and her home. But it seems like Finn might not see it that way. And that's a problem. So what I'm wondering is whether Finn will wind up going dark after his biological mother's death. I'm not going to call it murder because it really wasn't, you know? Self-defense isn't murder. Fans wondered for a while, ever since the reveal that Sheila Carter was Finn's bio mom, whether we might see that Dudley Carter DNA show up in Finn. And that has me wondering if he finally goes off the deep end. Steffy could be facing charges, anything from manslaughter all the way up to murder, just depending on what the police find. And, you know, a really sketchy DNA could even try and say Steffy lured Sheila to the house to kill her and staged the phone calls to cover up for her bad deeds. I mean, I've watched enough true crime to know that people kill their loved ones. Well, I guess they don't love them that much if they're killing them, family, and then call 911 acting shocked and begging for help. So to the police, you know, her call may not be a call of distress. It just depends on how you interpret it. So again, I'm still wondering what was in Sheila's pocket that she was reaching for. We saw her reach outside and then again inside the house. Really, she could have come into Steffy's house without a weapon, planning to strangle her daughter-in-law or use something that she found there to kill Steffy. I mean, you can use a fireplace poker or a piece of sculpture. You can kill people with almost anything. But the bottom line is Finn's got very messed up feelings about his nine-toed mother. He knows she loved him, but, you know, she shot him. To be fair, she was trying to shoot Steffy and he got in the way. But then after he had been shot, Sheila tried to stop Steffy from calling 911 by shooting her also. And then we had those weird moments at the jail where Finn let Sheila hug him. And then again at the courthouse, you know, that scene that Liam conveniently filmed of Finn and Sheila hugging after the charges against her were dropped. So yeah, I think Finn is conflicted. Plus, Sheila saved Kelly Spencer's life at the beach when Finn was being kind of neglectful. If not for Steffy, I bet Sheila could have wormed her way into Finn's life. And now, since Sheila's dead, the bottom line is Finn will never really get to know the woman that birthed him. And, before that, Steffy ordered him to cut Sheila out of his life or else, as did his adoptive mom, Lee Finnegan. And of course, they were both right. Sheila was a bad, bad seed. But, a boy needs his mom. And yes, Lee raised him, and that is his mom, but Finn was clearly still feeling a tug towards Sheila. He even referred to her as his mom to Kelly after she saved Kelly's life. So I could totally see Finn going dark over a couple of issues. The first is simply the question in his mind of whether Steffy could have handled this another way that didn't result in blood and gore and death. She went to his mom's apartment and punched her in the face and said she wished she was dead. Then Steffy told him she wished his mom was dead. And then suddenly Sheila is dead. So perhaps in the back of his mind, Finn thinks Steffy maybe overreacted or took advantage of a situation to get Sheila out of their lives once and for all. And again, viewers know Steffy did not overreact. Sheila Carter got what was coming to her. But with no eyewitnesses, Finn may have doubts. He may ask Steffy if she saw a weapon in his mother's hands. I don't remember seeing one. He may ask if Sheila touched her before she stabbed her, and she didn't. I mean, she was kind of lunging towards her, but I didn't see a weapon, and she didn't ever actually touch her. There's just no physical evidence supporting self-defense. It's just what Steffy was saying. Even though, watching the episode, we all know it was clearly self-defense. So I could totally see Finn getting broody and weird because he thinks Steffy saw the chance to kill his mom and took it. I mean, Lee Finnegan would have taken it. We all know that. I also suspect that Finn might trot back to Hope looking for more sympathy and may get it because by Friday there's more spoilers indicating that. And I think this whole ordeal could really rock Steffy and Finn's marriage. And that brings me to the second point about Finn going dark. I know full well that Liam Spencer is going to jump onto this and latch on with both hands. While he was telling Deacon that Sheila is a threat, Liam was telling Deacon that Sheila's a threat, Steffy was over there killing her. And if Finn is upset with Steffy, you can bet Liam will slide right in and say that Finn is being unreasonable, that Finn is siding with Sheila over Steffy, which looks like it may be the case according to spoilers. And if you don't remember the spoilers for this week, they say that Ridge and Thomas are Team Steffy and Finn is Team Sheila. And you, of course, know Liam will definitely be Team Steffy as well. If Liam comes sniffing around the house and says something snarky to Finn about it being a good thing that his mom is dead, I could see Finn losing it on Waffle Boy. It might even come to blows. And all this will serve to widen the divide between Finn and his wife. And this could all see him going into a full Carter freakout. We might see that Sheila DNA come out of Finn after all. I expect Finn may want to have a funeral for her. Him and Deacon both probably will, stuff like that. And Steffy might be really mad about that. If Steffy has her way, she'd probably want to see Sheila cremated and just dump her into a disgusting porta potty at a construction site, all 9 of her toes and the rest of her. I also expect to see Deacon and Finn commiserating and saying Sheila didn't deserve this, how she was working hard to be normal and just wanted a quiet life, but Steffy couldn't leave her alone. That's why they had that scene, was so it would affect the perception of Finn and Deacon looking at Steffy in regard to Sheila. And again, we all know Sheila would be alive if she hadn't come over there targeting Steffy, but that's water under the bridge, or blood, depending on how you look at it. And this week, news spread, the cops quiz Steffy, and Finn decides he does not believe his mom was there to kill his wife, and then he could really go dark. Hopefully, they can survive this, but with Liam waiting in the wings, ready to waffle back to her, who knows how this will go. Drop your comments. Do you think Finn is gonna go dark? Please subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely come back soon. We are talking B&B 7 days a week, and as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.